Welcome back. We are going to do the debt management of GoodX Web Fundamental Training in this session, and this will also be our last session with reports also. Now from here we already did I'm just going to show you the introduction and also all of the different types of appointments, how to handle your diary, the diary administration, how to work with your diary, the clinical information that you can put on, the clinical information for the doctor, for the patients, to keep that, your medical history. Then we did do billing and also the billing corrections and also the claim administration, receipting, and then your receipting corrections. Now we're going to do the debt management, and we're going to show you how to use the notebook. We're going to show you the SMSs and emails, and then also to download the invoice, receipt and a statement, and we're going to show you the journals. After that, we're going to show you the reporting, and then we will have a question and answer session that you can ask some more questions that you didn't already ask or that we didn't cover. Okay. Now to go back to the web part, we're on the diary. If you want to put a note on, now this note is for any type of note, not medical. Yes, you can also use it for medical notes, but if you want to do a medical note on the patient, please rather use the clinical part and then do it from there. Otherwise, you're putting your normal account notes and the statement notes and any personal notes combined with medical notes, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so from here, if you on the booking, you can click on this page and it will show you view notebook. You can click on that. There is already notes that we have done on the date and the time that you have done it, and then last modified. From here you can say view, it's going to show you view, or you can edit it and you can change information on it, and then you can also print it and it will give you a printout for this note. To create a new one, you click here on add a new admin event and you say note. You type in a note for you, say for instance phone patient make arrangements to pay off his account in 3 months time, and then you can say save. The note will be there and you can view it again. If you click on it, it will show you the notes that we have filled in here. Phone patient make arrangements to pay off his account in 3 months time, or otherwise you can edit it and you can change something. You please just click on it's not completed anymore. It will open it for you and then you can change, save again, or you can print it from here and it will open a print screen with your notes with your header, so you can write a letter also for the patient if you want to. There's a lot of other admin functionalities also in the GoodX web. You can play with it, you can email it from here, you can also put in clinical information, but please do that rather through your clinical. And then you have handovers and also patient surveys and payment requests and price updates that you can send letters out to the patients. Then I'm going to close here. So if you want to see the notes again, click on the view notebook, and there is all the notes that was done. Okay. Then from here, I'm going to show you how to the SMSs and emails. We're going to click on admin. Now then you're going to use the CRM. Now CRM is standing for Client Relationship Management. We're going to click on CRM, and here you can send out bulk SMSs and emails to your patients. So you can filter on it and you can say must it be patient or must it be debtor, and then you can say yes, I want to send out SMSs for all the patients that period is, I'm going to say age analysis, and then 30 days, 60 days, 90 days or 120 days outstanding. And then you can also filter on the amount. For instance, And then if say for instance you have you don't want to send out outstanding SMSs for the patients, but you want to send certain procedures that you have a special on and it's only for female patients, you can click here and you can say only female patients. It will bring up a list with all the female patients, and then you can say here there is all the female patients for you, and you can say here send bulk email or otherwise send bulk SMS. Then all of these patients here you can immediately see, yes, all of them have cell phone numbers, not all of them have email addresses. So it will only send to the patients that do have email addresses inside. Then you can say send bulk SMSs, and you can type in your message that you want to send to them, and you can send the SMS or otherwise the email. Now also in GoodX Web you can set up your own SMS templates and your own email templates. We're going to say close here, go to settings, and from here you can say, I'm just making sure, entity settings, I think it's under entity settings. Let's see, templates, all of the forms, workflow event templates. So if you choose here, okay, I want an email template, you say add template, it will open the template screen for you. You say what type. Here you create your macros and put in a booking start date, or do you want the data address, or do you want the data gender, depending on what information do you want to see in your subject, in your email, and then the which email address must it use, and if you want to, you can put in a CC or BCC, and then you type in the subject. Now this is how you set it up. So let's take a booking start date, for instance, and then we type in here hello, and then you say the next one, I want the data cell phone number, or you can say a data name, data address, data full name, and then we have a special on, then you say gender on female patients, and so on. Then you can build your own SMSs and your own email templates. Then please say complete, and you say email or save to save this template, otherwise it's not going to be saved. So you click on save. This is where you build it. Here you can see there's a lot of templates already built for certain stuff, like for instance the SMS one. We have 2 SMSs. Okay. Please play with it. You can't break anything. And if you're uncertain, it is also on the Learning Center, but you can create your own templates. Now if you go back to admin and you go to CRM, and you say send bulk SMSs or send bulk email, you can decide on which template do you want to pull in, and then that template will be used to send the SMSs and the emails to the patients or to the debtors. Okay. Also on the screen you have your booking reminder SMSs. If you click here on the booking reminder SMSs, you can say I want from this diary, and it must be from this entity, and then from this diary I want to see all the consultations, I want to see the executive workouts, and I want to see the emergencies. From that day to that day, I'm going to say filter bookings. Here is all my bookings that I have made. All of them is consultations. I'm not going to send the SMS to this patient because it's an emergency. And here you can immediately see which ones has email addresses and SMS and cell phone numbers inside, and then you say send bulk SMS. Now again, it's going to ask you what template do you want to use, and then you choose the correct template to tell you, okay, please, we follow up, or you have a follow-up booking tomorrow, please remember to come for your booking. Okay. Now to do a journal, if you're standing on the patient's account or on the patient's booking, just remember there are 3 reasons why you will do a journal. Now, please try to keep to this reason, to this 3 options that you have, and do not do journals for any other reasons. Now, if you have made a mistake on the account, use a credit note or a redo transaction, not a journal. A journal is only for 3 reasons, and that is for small balances written off, that is that 10 Rand or 5 Rand or 2 Rand that a medical aid didn't pay or the patient. Then the settlement discount. So if the patient comes and say, okay, if I pay cash right now, I'm going to pay 800 Rand and my account is 820. So you give him a settlement discount. And the other one is bad debts. So when you can't recover the outstanding amount, you can do a handover and hand it over to certain companies, and then also you can write it off as bad debts. It will go and lie on the correct expense account in GoodX as your financial part, and it is already allocated to the correct expense account that you can give it through to your auditor and put it onto your financial statements. Now, from here, we're going to click on this patient. We're going to go to account details. You can stand on one of the invoices, the one that you want to do the journal on, because you have to link a journal always to an invoice. You click, and then you click on journal. Here the date will be in. You can choose another date if it's not the same date as today. You choose here settlement discount, small balance is written off, or otherwise small balance credit balance or small balance written off, bad debts. Here is handover, unclaimed overpayments, handover recovered, or bad debt recovered. Now this is the standard that we set up. You will see bad debt recovered is hand on hand with your bad debts, and your handover is also part of that. Okay, and then but most of the clients will only have a settlement discount, small balance written off, and then bad debts and handover. So that's the 4 that you will have. And if you're receiving bad debt recovered, then we're going to put that one also on. Now, when the bad debt recovered is going to be used is when, say for instance, you decided now you're not going to be able to get this money, you're going to write it off and you send it to bad debts. And after a year, that patient comes back, then they want to pay you. You first must do a journal in the other way around and say bad debt recovered before you can do the receipting. Okay, so we're going to say settlement discount. We're going to put in a comment there, patient pay cash. And then we're going to put in how much is the settlement discount. Let's say it's 20 Rand. It's going to show here unallocated because we didn't allocate it to a line yet. So we're going to put that 20 Rand next to the nebulizer medicine, 20 Rand in the patient side, and then you say post. If we click on journal, there is the journal that was done, 20 Rand, and it also shows you to which invoice it was linked to. Okay. And it also shows you transaction funder. It was settlement discount that we have chosen, and then the transaction date and time. We're going to do another journal just to show you. We're going to click on the patient, say account details, click on the correct invoice, say journal, choose the correct why are you doing this. So let's say bad debts, comment, patient run away. Then we're going to do the whole 1,000 Rand. It's already allocated for us, and we say post. Now if we go to journal, you will see 1,000 Rand. If you go back to the invoice, here you can see the journal in the journal column, and you can see there's nothing outstanding anymore. Okay. Must we do another journal? Are you happy with the journals? Okay. Please just remember that before we go on, if you can't find the booking, you can always search for the booking if you want those options. Otherwise, journals and all of the other functions you can do from the debtors, and then you search for the patient. If you click on it, here you can see account details, and then you can click on the correct one, and then from here you can do a journal or credit note or edit or view or edit the invoice. Okay. Also do your receipt written backs you can do from here, or email or print the receipts from here. Okay. So everything you can see from here. Okay, let's do another journal, please.
Oh, never mind.
We can do another journal. So let's do it from this screen. We go to debtors, click on the correct data that you want, say account details, click on the correct invoice that you want to journal, say journal. Always remember to double click to open your actions. Then you say journal, we put in the amount, you choose the correct type of journal, you type in a comment, patient did run away, or patient died maybe, and then you type in the amount. Now we want to write off the whole amount, 34300. We're going to allocate it here, 34300. Sorry, 34300, because this is a medical aid outstanding account. That's why I can't put it into the patient account. So I need to put it in the medical aid column. And then I say post, go to journal, and there is my journal. Okay. Okay, from now, the last, let me just make 100% sure. We did do the notebook, I did show you the SMSs. Okay, the journals we did. The last one that we need to do still is download invoices. So from the diary, you can here download an invoice for the patient. So let's see, we did do credit notes on that one. Okay, from here I can download a statement. If you click on download a statement, it will download for you. I'm just going to see if I can get one. So this one we didn't do a credit note on, but here is the statement from the previous patient. If you click on here on the bottom, it will show you the practice information with your logo and also the patient details, cell phone number, medical aid, and so on. It's going to show you it's a statement and it has been printed on this date. Here you can see the receipts that was done, and if it's a R in front, it means it's an unlinked receipt. Now from here you can see the ICD-10 codes and the procedure codes that was done, and if it was paid or not. And then here you can see medical aid balance, patient balance, in total due for now. So you can print it from here, or otherwise, that is really nice. If you click on the arrow, you can email the statement or download the order statement. It will show you all of the information, and then email the order statement. Now the difference between the normal statement and the order statement, the one will show only the outstanding amount, and the other one will show all the credit notes, all the receipts, everything that was done. Okay. Then also you can download the invoice, or you can print. You can click here and you can say email invoice. So let's see, it went down here. This is the invoice. So it's a tax invoice, and normally you will give this to a company, or otherwise for pay as you earn, not pay as you earn, belasting. Tax purposes, thank you. Oh yes, the tax invoice. So you will use the tax invoice for tax purposes, and then the statement you will give to the patient when he have to go and claim back from the medical aid, and he paid you cash, for instance. Okay, for example. Now, let's see one we did do a receipt on, and we didn't do a receipt written back. Yes, here is one. So here you can click on the download receipt, and it will give you the receipt, or you can email it from here. Okay, and again, everything is on. If you go to account details, you can reprint this receipt from here also. Okay, and again, here is also an email statement and a statement. And I want to go back to the main screen. Here you can SMS the patient, or you can email the patient, or you can dial the patient if you're set up to do telecom communication. Okay, so you can email it from here. So then the email screen will open. You type in for who, and then your subject, and you can type in your message, and you can say send. So this one is only for one patient or one for one patient or one debtor. And then if you want to send bulk SMSs or bulk emails, you go through the admin screen, CRM, and then you do it from here. Now for the reports. Before we go to the reports, I see there's one function that we have missed, and it's not on the list of all the functions that we are supposed to do, is the tasks. Now, we also have integration with Ampath and Lancet, PathCare and Vermaak to send out electronic pathology requests and also receive pathology results on the system electronically without any paperwork. So you will create a patient, and then from there you can do a clinical event and choose the correct type of blood test that must be done. That will go through to Ampath or Vermaak depending on which one that you choose, and you only give the patient a number that the system is going to give you. The patient takes that number, and when they come at the correct place, all of the information of the patient will already be on their system, and they can just import the patient's file. Everything is already there with the certain pathology tests that the doctor did request, and when they did the test, they will put on the results also back on the system, and you will get a task on your diary to show you the patient results has come back, and you have to phone the patient or make an appointment for the patient to get that patient to come back to discuss his results. Now, from here, you can also create your own task. Now, the task can be used for a lot of reasons. Say, for instance, you're out of office for the next week, and the reception is supposed to phone a certain patient or follow up with a patient. You can create a new task. You give it a title, you assign it to a user, and then you say when must this be finished, and you put in, is it urgent, is it high, is it normal, is it low, or is it unknown priority. Also, you can put here an event. Say, for instance, a patient phones in and asks for, I need a script from the doctor. Then you can make a task for the doctor, and you can say, yes, please, I want a script. So it's, let's say, a script, and then you search for the patient, and you link the patient to this task. So when the doctor opens the task, he now immediately, this patient needs a script, and you can just click on the button and then create the patient's script. Now here you can type in extra request if you want to. Type in the reason, what must I do? Must I phone the patient? Must they follow up with the medical aid? Must they go and, even you don't have to link it to a patient or or to a debtor. You can even tell them, please go and buy some coffee, or the sugar is finished, or we need some cleaning materials in the practice, or the salary must be paid. Something like that. You can also create tasks for the personnel in the practice. Then you can say save, and from here, right, please type in a title, test, assign it to a user, a due date, today, and the time is this afternoon. We say save. Now the task is going to lie here. You click on the task, open it, and then we're going to say, it's not that one, sorry. That one is part of authorization. task item. Let's take this one, double click. From here you can say for him the feedback, because I did correct and finish this, so I'm going to give feedback and say yes, I did buy milk, and then you say complete and you say close. Okay, then you can mark this task as completed, or you can assign it, reallocate it to other staff member. Okay, you can drag it to closed to mark it as closed. Okay, that is the task. We're going to go back to diary, and from here you go to the reports. So this is our last section. On the reports, there is a lot of different types of reports. You can also download all the reports and export. Sorry, you export it to Excel or to a CSV from here. Now, if you click on details, it will open all the details for you with the totals on the top and tell you, is it inclusive VAT, is it excluding VAT, your cash flow, and then it has the line items, and you can click on the different pages and you can then download it from here. Otherwise you say cancel. What is really nice of all the reports also, you can say, I don't want to see the procedures and consumables, I don't want to see the medication, I don't want to see the materials, I only want to see my cash flow, all the cash or all the receipts I did in this period. So you can see on here the time that we received the most money was on the 20th of February, and we received 26,000 Rand. Now that is really nice. Now, if we have a look on all the procedures that we have done, for the 20th of February, we did 39,000 procedures and consultations that we did. So there is still what, 15,000 still outstanding on this day. Now, it is nice if it's like this, and it's exactly the same for the cash flow and the procedures, or when the say for instance the cash flow is more than the procedure, that means you received money from previous consultations or procedures on this day. Now on this one you can also filter and say the information that must show must be from this date till this date. So the first one is your turnover report, and then you have your practice overview, and from here you can see your turnover, your journals, medical aid outstanding, and also your patient outstanding. We're going to say, take this one a little bit back, that we can just have some data. Here you can see your turnover, you can see your medical aid, so we want to take away the turnover, we want to take the journals away. I only want to see how many medical aid outstanding I have. I don't want to see the patient outstanding. Here is all my medical aid. Filter on it, and then you click on the details. It will show you all the details. Here you can see the cash flow, net turnover outstanding, medical aid outstanding, and so on. You can download it. Please remember there's a lot of pages. Cancel. So you filter and you play with your report, and then if it doesn't refresh automatically, there is a refresh button, and then you can download it to a CSV, and it will open. And with a CSV you can just say OK, and it will open in Excel, and you can build your own report from there. You also have graphs like this, and if you click on it, it will also give you some information. You can here put, this is your turnover report per billing code, and we want to take away all of these ones. It's going to, you can see the graph is changing as you choosing to taking away some of the fields that you don't want to see. Again, you can download the details, you can see the details, or otherwise download it. Then you have your doctor overview. This is per doctor, and per timestamp is also your turnover, your journals, medical aid outstanding, and patient outstanding. Then we have the booking status report. It shows you how many patients is arrived, how many patients is done, invoiced, and again you can take away some of the fields if you don't want to see the fields. At the end of the day, there isn't supposed to be any of them. They're only supposed to be done, because if you're done with everything. Then you have your booking type report, and that is the for instance, the executive workout, your consultation, your emergencies, your out of office, and your no charge. So we don't want to see the emergencies, we don't want to see that, we only want to see the normal consultation bookings. How much is this bringing, how many patients did I see? On the 7th, we saw 12 of them. On the 4th, we saw 13 of them. So on the 6th, we were really quiet on this day. Again, you can download the details, or view the details, download the report, or otherwise refresh. Okay. Thank you very much. We are finished with the report, and we are finished with the debt management. We will give you a chance to ask any questions that we didn't discuss yet, and if you have any questions, please type your questions, and we can or show you on the system, or otherwise we will type back for you to allow time now for the questions. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to give around 5 to 10 minutes for you for any questions. Thank you. I do have a question for you. Did you enjoy the webinar, and did you receive all the information that you wanted, and will you join another webinar for more information and an advanced one, or a stock or financial one? What do you want to see in the future? Marshall, that question, you can't do it through the GoodX web. You have a RDP that is linked to the background of the to the old GoodX, not the old GoodX, but the server GoodX, and then from there you can print H analysis. So I can show you how to do that. You also will have, all of the clients will have access to the RDP, and you can use that part to print the H analysis for the 60, 30 days and so on. Let me just open one for you. Remote desktop. Bookmarks. Username, okay. Okay, from here you will receive an RDP setup from your FCL or from a technical guy in GoodX, and then you will log into GoodX. Now here I'm going to show you full screen. Doesn't make it bigger. Hopefully you can see, but we're going to open GoodX, not a GoodX web port, but a GoodX. Then you choose your correct company or your correct entity, and you choose your correct username. From here you can or go to MedDeps or otherwise to financial reports, depending on what access do you have. This won't ask you for your password. This is an extra security for GoodX when our personnel is working on your system. This is also a task list that's going to open. Close. From here you go to debtors and you say H analysis. You have different setups that is already set up, but if you want to create your own one, you can say blank and you can say new and then you create your own one, or otherwise you can use any one of this and you can say print directly. For instance, if you want to see the H analysis totals, or otherwise medical aid outstanding, patient outstanding, or a summary. Now I'm going to draw a whole one and I'm going to show you the settings. So it's a no name, then I'm going to say edit. Here you choose your correct default time period, and then must it be on all dates, is it capture date or transaction date. Now the best option, if all of your work is up to date, you will choose all dates. Here you can say, is it consultation, medicine, prescriptions, what information do you want to see, and here is the grouping that you put on. So say for instance you want to group the H analysis per medical aid scheme, we're going to put on the medical aid scheme one. Here you have all groupings. Now all of this is also on the Learning Center and also explains to you all of the settings. Okay, then I'm going to say yes, I want to see the medical aid and I want to see the patient outstanding and the total. It's all ages. Or you can say specific age and you can then choose 90, 30, 90, 60 and 30 days. And then is it all debtors? Must it be alphabetic, numeric or file number order? And then do you want only to see specific amounts or otherwise the all amounts? You can put on contact details. I'm not going to put it on because then the report is going to draw really long. You can put in here print last payment date and also print last note entry. So now we're going to say next. Here I'm going to tell the system on the total it must not equal to 0 because I don't want to see the 0 amount, but I do want to see the minus amount. If you don't want to see the minus amount, that means the minus amount means that you are owing the patient money and not other way around. You must still follow up on that because it's still not your money that you received. So then if you want to see only the amounts bigger than 0, then you're going to say greater than or greater or equal to, and it will include the 0. So I'm going to say not equal to, and I'm going to say next. Now this is my report. I'm going to drag up this one to scheme. Now it will group it for me. Best Med, the Bonitas Dennis Compa, the Compsol, Discovery Health, the different types of medical aid that you receive, and here it shows you what the totals will be. Now I'm going to let me open Discovery, that's a little bit bigger. Then the green ones is the total. Then if you go a little bit to the right, you will see the gray ones is your patient outstanding, and then on the end it's your blue ones is your medical aid outstanding. And here you can see the total, your current, your 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 150 days, and 180 days. From here you can also export, or you can print, or you can mail this to yourself or to anybody else. And then if you say print, for instance, you can say print all columns, or you want to choose which columns must be printed, and then it will give you the options that you can say, I want this detail, I want this detail, I want this detail, and then you say next. Otherwise you can export it from the system. Now here is my print view then, so you can print it from here. And it also shows you the value percentage, the number of occurrence, number of rows, and then the days outstanding, and you can see here your totals that is outstanding. Marshall, did that answer your question? Okay, how do you Marshall, your next question is also how do you get a procedure analysis? Now you can do it from here, from this side. You can say debtors, and then you use debtor statistics report, or you can use the debtor transaction drill down report. Let me use that one first, and we're going to say edit. You can say from which period till which period do you want to see the data. Let's make like this. You say which type of information must it be grouped by. We're going to say next, next. There is nothing. Let me just go back. We must go to the previous financial year because we only started this year. Let's take it from the beginning until now. Next, next. It's going to draw the report. While this report is going through, you can also, I just want to minimize this one. No. What did I do now? Good application now. Okay, I'm going to go to that option now that I wanted to do, but because the report is already here, let me just show you. From here you can go to invoices summary per billing code, and then you can filter here on the custom, and you can tell the system what type of codes do you want to see in that procedure codes. Now you can say like, and if you put a percentage sign in front, it shows you, it will put, and you say for instance, okay, after the percentage I want to see 0190 for instance, 0190, then it will give you all of the codes that has something in front but is ending with a 0190. Or otherwise you can take away the percentage in front and say I want only to see the 0190, and it will only show you if there was codes that was done by 0190. So there you can build your own filters, and you can put a lot on, and if you want to take away the filter, you just say all again. Now you also have the screen, and then you have the advanced filter, so you can go to filter and then say advanced filter, and there you can build also a lot of different filters for you. This is also all on the learning center, so you can play around with it. You can't break anything, so that is really nice. So that is one of the reports. I just want to see that I can go and show you. You also have the option on GoodX web. This one also show you the different procedure codes. So if you want to use this one, you can use this one. Just put off all the other codes that you don't want to use and only keep the procedure codes on. Okay, is that answering your question? Is there any other questions that anybody have? And did you enjoy the webinar? Was it helpful? Can you please give us some feedback? We want to do a lot more of this webinars in the future, and then use it as certain advanced trainings for, say for instance, reporting or debt management or credit control, or for instance more information on debtors, anything like that, ERAs or anything like that, only for certain stuff in GoodX, and not a whole day's training. So if we can have feedback, it will be really appreciated from you. If there's no other questions, thank you very much for your time, and we hope that it was really helpful and you enjoy it, and you're going to join us again for any other information or any other webinars. We will keep you posted of any live webinars that are going to happen in the near future on our Learning Center, and you can, or also on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a great day, and enjoy your evening.